Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Mike Beer, special coverage of the late pick four, a $75,000 guaranteed late pick four at Louisiana Downs on Super Derby Saturday. The sequence, races 8 through 11, approximate post time for leg A, 3:26 Central. Let's begin with the turf sprint. The Tell Ike, $50,000 is the purse. And as we would expect in the turf sprint, there's a good amount of speed in here.
Yeah, a lot of gas in this race. This is a pretty tough race, I felt like, to decipher. A lot of horses who, to me anyway, look a little bit the same on paper. There's a lot of pace in this race, as you mentioned. You know, I sort of got it down to 4 main horses that I want to use. You know, some of the logical ones like the 3, Just a Lady for Asmussen. You know, her form is fine, and I like that she can run from off the pace a little bit. I think that can help her in this race. The 5, Fancy Madeline, who just loves sprinting on the grass, 9 for 13 in her career sprinting on turf. She seems like a logical horse to use off the claim in this race. I also want to use the 8, Look Into My Eyes. She's first-time turf in this race, but she's a city zip. I think she can handle it for a really dangerous trainer. And the other horse I'm going to use is another first-time turfer down towards the inside, the number 2, Ratchet's Last Scarf. This horse, a little bit of turf pedigree. Dam tried turf twice in her career. She was a winner on it once. The only time they sprinted her on turf, she won. This horse has a lot of speed from the inside.
Yeah, she could be the speed from the speed in this 5-furlong turf sprint. We've seen it many times before. A lot of gas on paper. The horse that gets to the front, a lot of times holds on. I think our strategy in this pick 4 is simple. Well, we may not have the same horses, obviously. Spread in the first couple of legs, narrow it down later. You're going 2, 3, 5, and 8. Just a Lady, the 3, I'm with you. The 5, Fancy Madeline, I'm with you. Where we differ to other horses, Boom Bam Bing is a horse that I think can come from off the pace. He's got winning experience at Louisiana Downs. I liked his race last time out at Lone Star. I don't think it was the blazing pace in the world. It was a solid second-place effort. Carl Broberg, I wonder if he's been pointing for this race. And of the speeds, how about the 9, Our Valor, who's only had a chance to step once on the turf in his career. It was 3 starts back, and look at those fractions. 21-1, 43 and change, and he just kept right on going. They wanted to get him on turf last time. It was washed off. Nice to see that at least he retains his form with the lead. So 2 Broberg horses as well. 3, 5, 7, 9 for me in the first leg of this 50-cent minimum, $75,000 guaranteed pick 4. Race number 9 is the Happy Ticket Stake. $60,000 is the purse for 2-year-old fillies, and it is a spread race for me as well. There's some nice pedigrees in here. I'm interested in your thoughts on the 2 Lady O'Toole going out for Brad Cox. This will be her turf debut. Family of Well Armed.
Yeah, not a ton of turf in the pedigree, but a lot of distance and I guess synthetic as well. Well Armed was a pretty good synthetic. He's made his big reputation on dirt when the Dubai World Cup, but he was a good synthetic horse, as was his sister Whitty, she went 4 for 5 in her career, all on synthetic. Gives me some hope that this horse will handle turf, and obviously bred to stretch out and just I think that'll help this horse. I'm going to use that horse. My main use really in this race, and this is another, I'm with you, I'm spreading in this race. I think there are a lot of different horses I want to try and use to get through, but my main horse in here is the 5, Rosio Prado for Danny Pish. I loved this horse's debut.
So impressive visually.
I made real trouble on the turn in that race and managed to overcome it, and once she got clear in the stretch, she really ran. Really liked this horse's debut. Definite use in the pick 4 for me. And she's, 6-1 morning lines win bet territory for me with this horse.
Yeah, and I love the fact she did around 2 turns.
I do too.
A lot of these horses stretching out for the first time. This horse handled everything thrown at her. Danny Pish is such a good trainer as well. I think Rosio Prado, and she's got to get at least a fair pace to run at one more time. Tell us a little bit about the 9 Aim Spot. Now, this is a horse really stretching out a bit. Overanalyzed has gotten off to a great start with his first crop.
Yeah, that's why I want to use this horse. There's a lot of it's plenty of turf pedigree, especially when you consider how well Overanalyzed has done with his turf horses in his first crop of runners. This horse has a lot working against her, stretching way out in distance, switching surfaces for the first time, stepping up in class. But she won easy first time out, and there is turf in this pedigree. I'm going to use this horse at a price.
A horse that we're both not using, though, I think we should at least discuss the 4 Chloe Raven. 2 for 2 in her career. She's by Winslow Homer from the family of Answer Lively, winner of the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. So there is distance here, and there's plenty of speed. There's a good chance that she's going to be making the pace.
Yeah, I think she's dangerous. I'm a little afraid of her. She's such a tough read. 2 wet tracks to start it out where she got right to the front in those fields and they couldn't really make a race of it. And now she's got to stretch out. And I just don't see the turf pedigree with this horse, Dan. Maybe she'll just win. And if she's a big price, I'll probably have to reevaluate it and maybe throw her in there, but I really didn't like her switching surfaces here.
So Mike's main play here is the 5 Rosio Prado, also going to be using the 2 Lady O'Toole in the 9 aim spot. I'm going to use the 2 Lady O'Toole. I'm going to use the 5 Rosio Prado. I am also going to use the 3 Taylor's Princess, who rated and pounced sprinting, was very well regarded, bet to favoritism in the career debut by one of your favorite stallions, First Dude, so I'm not too concerned about distance. And the 6 Frisco Girl, the other Danny Pish horse, who came from off the pace to win her turf debut as a well-regarded odds-on favorite. We'll see if the 2 Pish horses, the 5 and the 6, can get it done. But 2, 3, 5, 6 for me, and you're leaning on the 5 Rosio Prado while also using the 2 and the 9. Race 10 is the Unbridled, 1 1/16 on the turf. It's the 3rd leg of this pick 4, and there's going to be a heavy favorite in here, and it's going to be tough to down big changes.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really get past that horse. He's just, if he can just show up in this race, you know, and bring his recent form in here, he's just supposed to be a handful in here. I like that he got the local prep over the course here. I think that's really going to help him. He's way the horse to beat. I'm a little afraid of Cox's other horse. He just claimed High Noon Rider. I don't love his recent form, but I do think that Cox, he's so dangerous off the claim. If he can get this horse back to his good races, and he's shown a lot of confidence, I think, running him in this race where he knows who the horse to beat is because he trains the horse to beat. And he's going to run him in here. I'm going to use this horse. I think he's a little dangerous.
Yeah, High Noon Rider has some backlacks. For me, most of my weight is on big changes in here, and I might even single. I just love the tactical speed, the fact that he has won over the track, his buyer speed figures. He just really stands out on paper. And then we have the Super Derby, and you and I gave just, I thought, a wonderful analysis on video.drf.com, just our extended stakes previews, chock full of fantastic information for the fans. You're going 3 deep in here?
No, those were...
Oh, those were your top pictures for your stakes previews. Me, I'm singling Mr. Misunderstood for all the reasons I mentioned in the video. It's Brad Cox. It's 4 for 4. He's got the local win and the Prelude. I just thought he was very good in that race, and I get right back to him.
Can't argue with that. He's my main in this race. I will take a small backup with Fast Talking Man, the 1. He's going to obviously have to find a way to close the gap on Mr. Misunderstood, and it won't be easy because he's more of a one-run closer. This horse is pretty good. I like his turf races. I would use him as a backup. Mr. Misunderstood is the main.
It's Super Derby Saturday. Louisiana Downs, chock full of good racing action. The $75,000 guaranteed pick 4 begins with race number 8. Approximate post time for leg A, 3:26 Central. Good luck.